What's up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Hope you're doing good. So I am Jake from Biceps and Banter, as ever. Before we jump into what we're going to be talking about today, which is going to be bulking, the problems that I commonly see with people who are bulking and pretty much how they use it as an excuse just to get fat. Don't forget to do all the usual jazz, like the video, subscribe to the channel. The aim through these videos is to basically just cut through all the jargon and BS in the fitness industry and give you some actual, simple and effective fitness advice that you can put straight into your nutrition or your training to help you get towards the goal that you actually want to achieve without all the confusion, all the frustration and the stress of wondering what you need to be doing. So if that kind of thing's for you, then go and hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you want to see any sort of content in the future. It'll really help out. So I see this problem all the time when people start to bulk. They use it as an excuse to basically just get fat, and they don't mean to try and do that. Their goal isn't to try and get fat, but they basically use the excuse of bulking to increase their calories dramatically in an effort to try and build some lean muscle tissue. Because that's all we're talking about. When we use the term bulking, it's basically just trying to gain some weight and some more muscle mass quickly, trying to build some size. But the problem with that is your body cannot build muscle tissue quickly. So if you go from a maintenance amount of calories and you suddenly add in an extra 1,000 calories a day, your body can't make use of those extra calories quick enough to build the lean muscle tissue that you want to see. So all it ends up doing is storing those excess calories that it doesn't use as body fat, which means after a few weeks, after a few months, you literally just start to gain body fat really quickly, and then before you know it, you're unhappy with how you're looking. You can't see any of the new muscle tissue that you've gained because it's hidden under the layers of body fat that you've been adding, and you suddenly feel a bit shit about yourself, and then you decide you want to diet again, feel a bit better about yourself, maybe get ready for the upcoming holiday, and try and see whatever you've built underneath. It's a broken cycle and it just doesn't work long term. In fact, when we talk about bulking, we should really just call it gaining, or a gaining phase, because all you should be aiming to do is increase your calories slightly above your maintenance so that your body's got an excess amount of calories and can put some of those extra calories towards building new muscle tissue and helping you build muscle and get stronger. And that is it. And it does not require a big jump up in calories. I will literally with clients put them in a tiny surplus of maybe 200-300 calories, maybe up towards 500 calories to begin with, and see how their body responds. And then how we track that is looking at what their rate of weight gain is over time. Because the problem is, in pictures week to week, when you are gaining, you're not going to see any difference with muscle mass. It's going to take a long time, which means you need to make sure you're not taking in too many calories too quickly and gaining body fat so quickly that after 1 or 2 months, you need to cut back down again. Because in that time frame of the 1 or 2 months you've been cramming all that food in, you're not going to have built much, if any, muscle tissue. It's going to take 5, 6, 7, 8 months onwards to build some significant muscle tissue that you're going to be able to see, which means that your calories need to be low enough so that you're gaining that muscle tissue but not gaining body fat at a massive rate. And in terms of that rate of gain, we're literally looking, depending on how much muscle tissue you already have, at maybe 1 to 1.5% of your body weight per month. And that is literally how I track things with clients. I'll set them on an initial calorie surplus. We'll keep that calorie surplus the exact same for the first 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks, and we'll see how quickly their body gains weight. If it gains weight around 1% across that month, so if we're talking about an 80 kilo individual, if they gain 0.8 of a kilo in body weight over that month, we know we're somewhere along the right lines, and we will keep their calories the exact same until that rate of gain starts to drop, and then in which case we add a few more calories to pick that back up again, so we're still along that 1% a month route. Or if we notice that their weight goes up far too quickly and maybe they gain 1.5 kilos or 2 kilos in that month, then we'll drop their calories down a little bit and again run it for another few weeks and see how their weight responds. It is as simple as that. But one little thing that you might need to be aware of is in the first couple of weeks of increasing your calories above maintenance, you might notice a little bit of a faster rate of gain to begin with. And that is just going to be down to the fact that your body has both more food sat in its digestive system, but is also now probably holding a bit more glycogen inside your muscle and a bit more water inside your muscle. So if in those first few weeks, weight jumps up quicker than you would like, don't worry too much about it. Use your pictures for reference in terms of how lean you're still looking. Keep things the same for maybe the first month, maybe even the first 2 months, and see if it levels out across that time, and then you can make some adjustments from there. but don't be hasty. Don't make any quick snap decisions. You're not going to gain 10 kilos of body fat overnight, so don't freak out about it. Yes, you can be more flexible with your calories. Yes, you can work in meals out, social drinks much easier. Yes, you don't have to obsess over every single gram of food and every single calorie going into your body. You can be a lot more flexible, but you still have to be consistent, and you definitely don't have to start cramming in every burger and pizza that you find under the sun. Don't make the mistake that everybody makes when they're bulking. Don't do it too quickly, because you'll only gain body fat quicker than you like, and then any muscle that you potentially might have built during that time, you're not going to be able to see anyway, and you're going to have to diet down to see again. So do it gradually, only bump up your calories by a little bit, and then keep it nice and consistent, like I said, for 5, 6, 7, 8 months onwards, and then you can assess where you're at and if you need to change anything. And that is how you're actually going to gain lean muscle tissue properly without gaining loads of excess body fat quickly. It's as simple as that. And that is pretty much everything you need to know about bulking, how to do it properly, how not to do it, and how to do it effectively so that you actually build the muscle that you want to see over time. And don't forget, the point of bulking is to gain lean muscle tissue that you're not necessarily going to be able to see until you then diet down again later down the line. And that's when the difference really starts to stand out. Don't expect to see huge differences in the mirror as you're going through your bulking phase, but have faith, as long as you're doing everything right, that you are building muscle underneath, and when you next diet down, you will see the difference. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this really short video this week. If you enjoyed the video, like I said at the start, like, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you think. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.